Hello, I just wanted to share a couple of videos I recorded a while ago in February, earlier this year. This was the 9th of February and a race that I was tracking a horse that was jumping out to the right on the video stream. And you can see at the top, if you understand what that squiggly line means, if you've seen any of my previous videos, the horses have been running kind of below par, but they're starting to pick up now. Now, this horse in front with the yellow cap, you can see number one. This horse will jump out to the right. It's been doing it all round the course. So I'm waiting at this moment for the opportunity to lay the horse. And see, there it goes. It's jumping out to the right. So, providing there's some challenges in the race on the horse, even though the race isn't being ran particularly fast, that is a red flag um, that this horse probably won't win. If there's a horse that's good enough to take advantage of this horse jumping out to the right near the end of the race, it's a good opportunity to lay the horse. Now, this isn't really using the bet mover data specifically because you can see for that horse number one that the numbers are actually quite low. The cadence is good, the VF's okay, and the velocity error is kind of the same as the other horses. In fact, the VF, for some reason, even though the horse is jumping out to the right, the VF isn't picking that up because it doesn't seem to be altering the creating a velocity fluctuation on the horse. What I have done as well, by the way, this is not the races video feed. I've just put this on after the recording and then re-recorded it with showing you that race at the time. I was watching the Betfair live stream, so it was more current to what was going on because the other races one is about 10 seconds behind or something ridiculous. So ignore that. I'm just really showing you the race and the horse jumping out to the right hand side. So this selection is all about actually watching the race rather than using the Betfair metrics really, and I'll be including more of this way of choosing horses to lay and run in the in-play guide. And just wanted to give you an example of how you can spot opportunities just by watching the video stream which aren't going to be picked up necessarily within BetMover. But yeah, it's a good example and it's a lay bet that I would make every day of the week if I was watching the video stream. If I was just watching the BetMover metrics, this bet would not have been placed. But that horse again, you can see it's just leaped out to the right hand side, and I could have got on here and got obviously a much better price, but I jump in there. I end up getting matched just over odds of 3.15, sorry. And the horse is obviously beaten now. The stream is behind at the top, but you can see at the bottom on BetMover the race is finished, and off it goes to the right. And as predicted, the horse didn't win because it was always going to do that at the last fence because it'd been doing it around every fence up to that point. So that was the lay bet. This next race, it was using the BetMover metrics, and the live stream you can see at the top of the images is the Betfair live stream, so it's more current with what's actually happening on BetMover. The horse that I'm looking at the moment in running would be number 6 because it's not jumping very well, but they tend to the first couple of fences, they tend to just sort themselves out, and you can't often read it from that. You see the numbers readjust themselves as they all start to realise that they're jumping, and then we get a better picture of where we are. So as we're coming up to halfway through the race, you've got more of an image of how overall a horse has been jumping. So you can see that I'm interested in that horse, but the odds are a little bit prohibitive from where I want to be. I'm looking for some more value on the lay bet for that. Because obviously, if I laid it for 100 quid, I'm only making about 9. What's that? 8 quid. It's going up in price, so that isn't too appealing for me. Regardless of the fact that the metrics are all saying the horse should not go on and win at this moment in time. So I'm still circling the market at this point, and you can see as well, if you look at the top middle section, we've got the lines that are populating, which are the black lines drawing across. These are all the horses, and the red is the running fast, the green in the middle, the running about true to par, and the blue, anything blue or below, they're running below par, so they're not running at a great speed. At the moment, they're all trying them, and this is a good place to be if you are looking to make a decision with any betting in play. You want the horses to all be really trying, unless you can spot an anomaly like I showed in the previous race where the horse was just leaping out to the right all the way through. In this race, we're looking for a horse with some metrics and some jumping that shows some value. Now, Zalvados, the horse I'm hovering over here, compared to the top horses you see shown in the red, but red is good for me, blue is bad. Hasn't been jumping brilliant throughout the entire race, and it's my second choice because the odds have flown out on the number 6 horse. So number 3, Salvados, looks like it might be the bet for me. It's still putting in a shift at this point, but the metrics for the odds of the horse are still a lot higher than the top horses as well. Now, as this video was recorded a while ago, I do have some slight changes to the layout and how I position things on the screen when I'm betting. One of the things is to have the BSP down the right hand side, so it shows me the order the horses have been selected, i.e. the favourite down to the least favourite. I find that quite useful. In this instance, with Zalvados being positioned 4th down the list, you know that from a BSP perspective, from starting price, this would have been the 4th ranked horse, but usually the top horses are the most likely to win in any race, but that isn't always the case. Obviously, if horse racing was like that in every race, we'd all be millionaires, wouldn't we? But it's not. But anyway, you can see there, I've laid Zalvados. Now, one thing I do as well now is I lay the horses in quarters. So I'll put a quarter of my stake on and I'll get on again if the horse's odds move in, or if I think it's moving out to the point where it's definitely going to lose and I can still get some value, I'll still put the remainder of the bets on. I don't always get all 4 the bets matched on every horse, but in this instance you can see I got matched at 5.2, and there would have been instances where I could have got the remainder of the stake on up until the last of, because 4 more fences to run at this point. Now this was from memory, because I haven't watched this replay back, quite a close call. So Salvados did actually surprise everyone, and as much as it was a valid lay bet based on the numbers, it was, as I said, it was quite a close call. In the end, the horse did actually almost cause an upset, but now it's starting to drop away. There must have been an error with the data there, because the horse falls off the telly, and as you can see in a second, it zooms back on, and it finishes in 3rd place, Salvados. So it was well beaten. It was a lay bet that I'd make again at that point based on the data, because the top horses looked like they were going to be the ones to beat. The metrics were saying that, and Zalvados all the way around was jumping worse than those horses, and it was a truly ran race according to par, so that made it quite appealing for me as well. Yeah, just a couple of examples from earlier on this year. I just wanted to share with you. Hope you found them useful. Thanks.